Hi, welcome to Kremés podcast.
Podcast yang paling receh and garing, but maybe informative too, depending on the day.
You can tune into our episodes on Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Facebook. I'm T.
And I'm A.
Semoga podcast ini bisa nemenin lo.
And hope you enjoy the episode.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Kremés. For those of you who are new listeners, welcome. For those of you who followed us from the beginning, you know that in our first episode, we launched the Indo versus Aussie series where we compared the similarities and differences of both sides and cultures. And I guess episode 1 touched on jokes, right, eh? I think that, it's a great segue to this week's Indo versus Aussie where we talk about slang. I've always been fascinated with the technical background, or in this case, like the etymology of how words came to be, yaitu kayak ilmu asal kata-kata dalam bahasa kita masing-masing ya. So I'm really excited to just have this discussion with you, about that, but also do like a comparison of how slang is made, and the differences between, kind of like Indo versus Aussie style of making slang. What do you think?
Yes, setelah 10 tahun gue di Aussie, kerasa banget sih, each country tuh ada bahasa slangnya masing-masing ya. Dan bener kata lu, kayak It's so special but also so excited to be discussing about it. Dan kita gak cuma ngomongin bedanya slang dalam bahasa Indonesia atau bahasa Inggris ya. Ini tuh kita benar-benar comparing Indo versus Aussie. Karena jujur aja, di Aussie tuh sampai orang Amerika pun aja atau orang Inggris pun tuh kadang-kadang bingung kita ngomong apa. Kayak gitu banyak banget sampai sekarang kalau ngeliat di TikTok, YouTube gitu kan, kayak different accent has different country have different slangs. Sama kayak di Indo, slang itu kayak bahasa yang kita dipakai sehari-hari gitu, tapi sama sekali nggak ada di kamus gitu. Jadi gue ingat banget dulu sering ada yang ngomong kayak, jadi kayak kalau orang asing datang tuh pasti bingung kita ngomong apa. Contoh kayak gua, lu gitu, itu kan nggak ada sama sekali gitu di kamus gitu. Atau something out of this world gitu. Kalau di Aussie tuh kayak gas station, tapi dipanggilnya servo gitu kan, kayak beda banget gitu.
Iya. Betul. It's really interesting to, I guess, even discuss it. Karena kan lu dan gue udah lumayan lama tinggalnya di Aussie ya. Jadi kayak I guess, it actually took a lot of years for us to assimilate to that. I mean, I'm not sure about you, but for me, when I came to Australia for the first time, I knew very little English, and the English I knew was like quite formal English, textbook English, not colloquial stuff. So like I had to kind of pick up, the conversation styles, but also the slang, which took a while. But I guess, to an extent, we may have our fair share of knowledge up to this point now.
God, I don't think.
But that being said, I'm sure there's people out there who may know more than us, and we're just touching we're just tipping the iceberg here. And there's so much to discuss within such a short span of time. So I guess to start off with, there's the obvious difference between the two languages and the two language styles here. Okay, while both follow like a Latin alphabet, so like ABC to like Z, Australian is based off more like British English. It's more Latin, French, European based, in my opinion, while Indonesian is more Malay based, but it also has influences from like Arabic, Dutch, and many more because of, the history and the sejarah and that kind of stuff. In fact, if you kind of search Indonesian loan words on the internet, you'll find that the Indonesian language has taken many loan words from other languages like Sanskrit, Chinese, Japanese, Hebrew, Portuguese, and Dutch, and even English, right? So there's lots of different stuff, and we can even talk about that in a separate episode. But a very quick example is we call wash basins wastafel, and that is actually a Dutch word. And so a lot of common words in the Indonesian language are just borrowed from a different language, which I think is really cool. It's like a big melting pot of stuff, and I think that's what makes learning Indonesian exciting for me. And that is, all that stuff really follows its historical and cultural influences too. But anyway, the reason why I say this is not to give a linguistics lesson, because that's not what this episode is about, but more to set the scene, because it'll help us understand better as to why certain slang and how certain slang may have originated.
Ya, as always, kita kan bikin kayak podcast ini untuk orang Indo yang mau tahu lebih banyak tentang Australia, dan also orang Australia yang mungkin mau tahu lebih banyak tentang Indonesia, atau maybe some of us Indonesian actually were born in Australia. Kita ada beberapa yang beneran lahirnya di Australia, gedenya di Australia, so maybe they're curious, like they wanna know more about Indo slangnya apa aja, or like they wanna see basically their originals, where they come from, right? Tapi mungkin juga orang Indonesia yang mau pindah ke Australia bingung gitu, kadang kok Australia singkat-singkat gini gitu kan. Karena jujur aja pengalaman gue ya, I don't think I have told you about this, but like literally the first week I go to school, waktu itu hari Sabtu, terus ada yang bikin status gitu kayak who's going to Macca's gitu kan. Terus abis itu I don't even know what Macca's is, karena kan di Indo kita ngomongnya McD ya, kita nggak ngomong McDonald's, atau kita ngomongnya McD bukan Macca's. Di sini tuh McDonald's itu Macca's, right? I literally messaged one of my friend and was like, do we have to go to school today? Cause I thought Macca's was like an event, like Macca's tuh kayak ada meeting atau apa gitu tau gak. Terus temen gue tuh kayak, no man, that's McDonald's. Like it was so embarrassing, but that really happened, and I think like, so yeah, hopefully this podcast can be informative, but also you can laugh around at what our mistake was, or like, just those things, right? But I agree with you, like what you said about the different sources and stuff like that. Gak cuma historinya aja, gak cuma historically atau source-nya yang beda, tapi beda daerah juga punya slang yang berbeda-beda sih. Apa yang gue rasain, experience gue gitu ya, misalnya kayak waktu gue gede di Bandung gitu kan, yang pakai bahasa daerahnya Sunda, like pasti beda banget sama orang Surabaya yang bahasa daerahnya Jawa. Well, kalau di Aussie sih mungkin nggak se-diverse itu ya, karena kayak orang Melbourne, orang Sydney juga tahu slang yang sama, walaupun mungkin ada kayak satu atau dua lah mungkin yang berbeda gitu kan. Misalnya kayak kalau di Perth kita bisa baca nama-nama jalanan yang super weird, kayak Coburn, Maju Gurdup. Well, like I saw a video, the Perth guy asked a Melbourne person if they can read the suburb of Perth, and they cannot do it, kind of situation, right? Tapi juga sama ya, contoh kayak yang lu bilang sih, contoh kayak di Indo misalnya slang, misalnya alay atau lebay, itu kan sebenarnya dari kayak Sunda ya kalau nggak salah ya. Jadi kayak tapi sekarang semua juga tahu kan, jadi kayak semua orang Indo tahu alay atau lebay itu apa gitu. Tapi kan sebenarnya mulai dari bahasa daerah Sunda gitu. Atau misalnya kita ngomong nih, lu kepo gitu kan, yang kayak mau tahu urusan orang gitu kan. Tapi kan itu sebenarnya berasal dari kayak Chinese Hokkien gitu, kepo. Tapi sekarang semua orang Indo pun tahu kepo itu artinya lu mau tahu urusan orang gitu. Nah, kalau di Aussie yang paling terkenal yang tadi gue bilang kayak Macca's, which means McDonald's di sini. Dan itu tuh kayak itu literally everyone know about it. Sampai di Melbourne there's a McDonald's yang lambangnya tuh bukan McDonald's lagi, literally Macca's. Tapi kalau enggak tuh ya misalnya jadi ngerasa kita udah biasa sih, karena kayak denger afternoon jadi arvo, atau avocado jadi avo. Banyak o-nya sih kalau di Australia. Hampir semua di belakangnya jadi o.
Benar. Nanti kita kayak mungkin I think we're gonna like talk about that later on. Tapi itu betul banget, kayak I think there's a lot of shortening and a lot of changing, I guess, the suffix or like the ending sections. Kalau kayak slang Aussie ya. Tapi I guess like the structure of Indo slang is mostly derived from formal Indonesian, which I guess is a similar thing to like Australian slang. But the use of Indo slang in vocabulary is kind of like a different story, because as we talked about earlier, Indo slang vocab is really, driven by a big combination of loan words or based off structures from foreign languages. So like yang lu bilang tadi, Hokkien, Chinese, English, and then Dutch as well. But also local ethnic languages such as, Batavian, Sundanese, Javanese, dan mungkin perbedaan daerahnya lebih besar daripada di Aussie karena mungkin Indo itu kan Indonesia is an archipelago, right? Like it's actually like various islands. So there's like legitimately, you know, a sea between these different daerah gitu. Whereas Australia is just one great big continent. I have no idea if that nge-fact atau enggak, tapi mungkin that's why daerah beda, ada kayak logat beda, tapi juga slang beda gitu ya. So I guess like in many cases though, new words and new slang in Indo can also be created by random. So most of the common ones, they have like a specific structure that like, you know, if someone were to be really interested in reading and researching about the structure of the language, they can find patterns and they can find rules behind the vocab. But some are just completely random and the origin is very kind of like weird.
Yeah. Nah, like that's totally true, and I think jujur aja ya, like this is why we should be proud being Indonesian as well. Kita tuh kayak literally bineka tunggal ika gitu, bahasa daerahnya banyak banget dari banyak daerah juga, tapi kita bisa mengerti satu sama lain, malah kita bisa jadiin slang kita. Itu benar-benar like we should be really proud because it's enriching our culture, it's enriching even like the youth culture, you know, like the new generation culture gitu kan, karena bahasa daerah itu kita jadi punya slang tersendiri kan. Tapi ya a large proportion of the vocabulary that used di Indonesia slang language sih emang dari formal Indonesianya sendiri, jadi kayak antara kita pendekin atau gimana kan. Contoh-contohnya ya misalnya ya kita bikin lebih pendek atau lebih kayak lebih spesial gitu kan, terus ditinggal daripada kita ngomong kayak memikir, kita ngomongnya mikirin, atau enggak kayak membenarkan jadi benarkan gitu, kayak semuanya tuh dikecil-kecilin gitu, kayak tolong misalnya tolong masak tolong memasak ini gitu, tapi kita nggak ngomong gitu ya, gue saja sampai bingung karena kita selalu masakin dong, beliin dong, tolongin dong, kayak aduh gue sampai bahasa formal aja gue udah nggak kemasukan nih di otak gitu, kayak masukin kayak harusnya tuh memasukkan, tapi kita cuma kayak masukin dong. Jadi kayak adding the last bit gitu loh, yang in gitu kan, instead of like diajarin, kamu tuh kalau dinasehatin, tapi kan sebenarnya prefix itu kayak nggak ada deh, kayak kita cuma ada kan, an, yang setahu gue ya, dulu waktu gue belajar di SD ya, nggak ada in gitu, kalau nggak salah. Tapi guys, gue udah nggak di SD udah lama, so I'm sorry kalau misalnya ada kesalahan. Tapi itu yang gue kayak feel juga sih kalau misalnya kita ngomong bahasa Indonesia gitu kan, atau enggak kita nggak add di belakang tapi kita add di depan. Contoh kayak kalau kita terpeleset gitu, terpeleset aja kayaknya bukan, nggak tahu deh itu bahasa formal apa enggak ya, tapi kayak kita ngomongnya kepeleset gitu kan. Wah lu tertipu, jadi kayak wah lu ketipu lu gitu kan, selalu jadi ke gitu loh. Lu apa lagi ya, kayak banyak banget sih, kayak ya gitulah, pokoknya ketipu gitu kan. Gue lagi nggak bisa mikir apa lagi, tapi ya you know like a lot of those things gitu kan. Dan juga kadang ya jujur yang paling sering sih kayaknya kita orang Indo tuh suka banget cut kata-kata sih, jujur aja. Jadi tuh kayak misalnya kayak apa ya, kayak seharusnya kan bahasa itunya ya terima kasih, kita kayak makasih, terus kayak ini nih udah habis gitu loh, kayak pasti tuh banyak dipotong-potong gitu. Jangan kan kayak gitu kadang apa ya, banyak lah pokoknya kita kayak, gue lagi ngeliatin sekeliling kamar gue sih jujur aja, terus gue yang kayak mikir gitu, apa yang biasa gue itu tau gak, nyalain lampu dong gitu kan, membersihkan bersihin dong, terus ya kayak gitu. Kalau nggak kita pasti suka kayak ganti-ganti bukan kosakata ya, kayak huruf-hurufnya diganti gitu. Oh iya itu benar gitu, benar tuh benar gitu. Bahkan sampai sebal aja, kayak gue nggak pernah ngomong sebal deh. Gue selalu ngomong sebel. Gila, gue sebel banget.
Iya.
Gak pernah kayak ngomong sebal gitu.
Kayak kesannya aneh gitu, sebal.
Even enggak sih, even coba sekarangnya jujur aja, kita kalau gue ya, gue jarang lo ngomong gila. Gue sekarang ngomongin gills. Kayak semua tuh dikecilin lagi.
Gills?
Kayak gills banget. Kemarin gue ketemu banget aja dari kata banget, tapi jadi banget. Kayak gills banget. Terus kayak hangat. Kayaknya jarang banget gitu kita ngomong bahasa benerannya gitu. Kayak banyak banget macam-macam kan. Terus kalau enggak
iya, betul banget.
Kalau lihat aja, kalau gue aja dari tadi ngomong kalau, nggak pernah ngomong kalau aja gitu. Kayak
betul banget.
pakai kayak semua tuh kayak dipendekin, tapi juga kadang pendekinnya banyak cara gitu. Bisa diubah hurufnya, diubah kosakatanya, atau sama juga tuh literally nggak tahu bahasa dari mana, tapi kita bisa mengubah gitu. Kayak dari seorang ayah bisa jadi bokap. Nggak tahu bokap dapet dari mana, I don't even know. Dari ibu jadi nyokap.
Mungkin dari bapak
nggak
gitu ya.
Nggak tahu sih.
Bapak, bokap, nggak tahu ya.
Mungkin, you never know, right? Tapi even udah sampai diselangin bokap nyokap, kita gabungin bonyok. Sampai udah itu aja tuh masih diselangin lagi. Tapi itu sih yang gue suka gitu. Karena kayak kalau misalnya aduh ini cici Instagram nih, cican gitu kan. Cici cantik gitu. Kogan kok ganteng. Kogans nih, aduh kogans banget lu gitu. Kayak keren sih. Tapi juga sama kayak bingung juga kadang kita kayak, karena kalau misalnya di sini mereka juga gak akan ngerti gitu. Kayak contohnya pre-order. Di Indo PO gitu kan, lu PO ya, jangan lupa PO gitu. Down payment, DP. Mana ada di sini kita ngomong are you putting your DP? They will be like what? Tapi kalau di Indo tuh enggak ya, emang lu DP nggak? Udah DP belum gitu. Terus dulu tuh zamannya PP profile picture. Terus kayak banyak banget gitu. Kayak ya gitu-gitu aja, kayak keren juga sih. Tapi kayak baru realize gue kalau misalnya kita tuh banyak banget slang-slangnya gitu. Atau enggak kita ya biasa kalau misalnya verb gitu kita pakai biasa yang harusnya di belakang, tapi kita pakai di depan gitu, tau gak? Lu jangan ngebut loh gitu loh. Lu apa kalau nggak kan harusnya kan keramas, tapi gue yang kayak gue ngeramasin orang gitu, bukan keramasin orang gitu. Kayak kita just make it flow sih, menurut gue. Tapi beneran like it's kinda like a little bit like that, ya nggak sih?
Bener, betul banget. Gila, it's like once that you talk about it, I've been saying betul banget so many times. I realize like betul banget is like even already a slang in itself. Banget is a slang. Karena sebenarnya kan seharusnya kan betul sekali gitu kan. Atau kayak gimana gitu. Banget is like so is also like a casual thing that it's like I was so used to it now that sometimes it's actually difficult to switch back to formal Indo or even understand that banget is actually not a proper like use of vocab in the Indonesian language, which is so interesting. And like when you mention like PO, it's funny because I would like be on social media and then they would say buka PO, apa PO gitu kan, and then my non-Indonesian friends would ask me, what is PO? And then I can't actually like I totally mind blanked. I completely forgot what PO stood for.
Yeah, but you know what it means. You just don't know what it stood for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like PO, like it's like online ordering. Was like, what is the it's interesting. And like DP here is like display photo or display picture or like profile picture, you know, that kind of thing. It's fascinating, and it's like there is a stark difference. I remember like, you know, having to like, you know, write formal Indonesian in my Indonesian second language class back in Jakarta, and I have to write like with Anda, and I think that's like a big difference between Indo and Australian is that like, I mean, in a way it's a difference, but there's also similarity. There's a lot more formal ways to say, you know, you and me, like words, as compared to like just saying you and saying me kind of thing in English. In Indonesian, you mentioned before lo, gua, which is like probably the most sort of casual way to say it. You can say aku, kamu, which is kind of like mid-range, I guess. It's like in between formal and super casual. And then there's also like anda as well, which is like sometimes you have to even write anda with a capital A because that's how formal it is.
Do you know what the I in anda?
It's really interesting.
Do you know what the I in anda?
I forgot.
Saya.
No, I forgot. That's it. I was like completely forgot.
Nice.
Completely mind blank. But yeah, like it's because I haven't used
true.
it. I haven't used it in so long that it's like, man, I forgot all that. But yeah, no, that's a really interesting, list to think about. And I guess also like besides all of the different rules and conventions that you mentioned already in Indo slang, gue tahu sih beberapa slang Indo juga cuman translate langsung dari Inggris gitu ya. Jadi for example sorry, like sorry is sorry, which is spelled like S-O-R-I because that's how we pronounce it in Indonesian. Friend jadi pren.
Benar.
Like P-R-E-N, which is interesting. I mean, I don't use it a lot, but I have heard people just go pren gitu kan. And like even like Facebook, we just pronounce it Facebook atau Facebook gitu kan. It's just kind of like we just spell it based on how we would pronounce it in an Indonesian accent. But some cases like by the way, which in English we pronounce BTW or BT dubs. Kalau orang Indo pronounce-nya BTW because that's just how we say the alphabets, which is really interesting. And then I think you touched on this earlier, like how some slang words are borrowed from like Chinese and Hokkien and other languages. I can definitely sort of give examples from the borrowed ones from Chinese, which is things like ang pao or like hong pao, which means like red packets. What else? Ao ban, which means like stubborn. Cheng li, which is like to make fair, make sense. Chuan, which is like a profit, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Apalagi ya? Kepo you mentioned. Lihai is kind of like, like orang lihai tuh kayak, like orang pintar, but kind of like more in like a, smart, but like kind of, I don't know, shrewd, cunning way. But there's definitely a lot of other slang that's influenced by other languages, like the European languages, which you can definitely, quick Google and you can find them all because there's just so many to list off here.
Bener banget, bener-bener kayak. Tapi juga jujur ya banyak banget kayak ini tuh kalau kita membahas slangnya Indo tuh kayak nggak habis-habis tau nggak? Karena jujur ya menurut gue orang Indo tuh pretty kreatif abis. Jadi kayak nggak ada misalnya nggak ada hujan, nggak ada angin gitu, tapi tuh kayak bisa jadi itu aja, jadi slang aja gitu. Contohnya kayak ABG dari mana anak baru gede, tapi sebenarnya ngomongin tentang teenagers gitu, ngomongin tentang remaja, tapi kayak dapat ABG tuh siapa yang bikin gue juga nggak tahu, gue pengen tahu gitu loh. Terus tapi juga baper, bawa perasaan, ada kayak beneran kayak sekarang tuh kepake terus gitu, kayak gila gue kemarin nonton drama Korea, tapi gila baper banget gitu. Gue nonton ini loh, tapi gila gue tuh baper banget gitu. Atau nggak kayak even something stupid, kelepek gila gue tuh kelepek lo nonton si ini gitu kan. Kayak it has no, gak tahu dari mana kerasaan, gak ada kata-kata kelepek dalam kamus bahasa Indonesia, tapi kelepek make sense gitu loh. Terus kalau nggak tuh singkat kan, lu di PHP gitu, pemberi harapan palsu, kayak keren gitu, tapi kayak gila sih gitu. Kayak kalau nggak lemot lu, atau nggak tell me, kayak telat mikir gitu. Tapi juga Lola loading lama, itu tuh kayak lama banget. Aduh lu loading lama gitu kan. Kayak bahasa Inggris sama bahasa Indonesia dicampur-campur gitu. Tapi gak cuman random, tapi tuh kayak setiap daerah tuh punya bahasanya sendiri, dan itu tuh biasa yang dipakai gitu loh sama orang-orang daerahnya gitu. Misalnya kan gue gede di Bandung ya. Walaupun gue nggak bisa bahasa Sunda alus, gue nggak tahu bahasa Sunda benar-benar, tapi gue masih bisa ngerti orang ngomong Sunda. Kenapa? Karena dipakai sehari-hari gitu loh. Kayak lu lebay, lu aduh neng meni gelisnya, meni kasepnya gitu, kayak lu cantik atau nggak cakep gitu. itu tuh langsung dipakai gitu. Tapi jujur aja misalnya kalau gue ke Indo, gue gak pernah ngomong panas banget. Pasti gue ngomong panas pisannya, kayak pisan gitu loh. Aduh panas pisan, aduh meni haredang tuh artinya panas gitu ya. Aduh meni teis, meni dingin gitu. Gila, gue udah 10 tahun di sini masih bisa inget itu semua karena masih dipakai. Kayak gue nonton Instastory teman-teman gue di Indo aja tuh masih beneran masih dipakai gitu, masih ditulis gitu. Kayak apa? Dan juga kadang misalnya kalau misalnya di Jawa, misalnya Jawa Timur gitu, mereka punya ciri khas yang bahasa slangnya tuh diputar-putar gitu. Bisa jadi sabi gitu kan, timur jadi reomit gitu. Terus sekarang kalau bisa dengar kui itu tuh sebenarnya balikan dari yuk. Jadi makan yuk, makan kui.
Cuman
tuh dari
cuman
situ
di-flip gitu ya.
Kalau nggak kayak wah lu woles banget, sebenarnya tuh
gitu.
dari slow. Kayak like it's literally just flip. Cuma dibalik ya. Dan juga kita bisa ngomong kan, oh Singapura punya filler. Sebenarnya Indo juga banyak gila fillernya. Contoh Jakarta, dong. Jangan gitu dong. Mau kemana? Oh, gue mah nggak mau ke situ lah. Jangan gitulah, jangan ke sana dong gitu kan. Kalau di Sunda, teh. Gila itu sih kalau gue udah ngomong bahasa teh tuh kayak apa aja pasti teh. Kayak nggak nyadar gitu. Kamu teh jangan gitu, atuh tuh sebenarnya nggak ada artinya gitu, tapi filler. Kayak gitu. Terus kayak cuy mau kemana? Cuy itu dari mana? Nggak ada asal muasalnya, nggak deket juga sama lu gitu. Tapi itu kayak filler yang dipakai sama semua orang juga sih, kayak cuy mau kemana, kayak itu sih yang gue ngerasain ya nggak sih. Kayak bener sih emang kalau misalnya kita mau ngomongin tentang ini ya, tentang slang Indo ya, kayaknya nggak beres-beres, banyak banget beda-bedanya, banyak banget kayak variasinya.
Iya. That's a good point. Yeah, like you mentioned so much stuff, and I think like it's a mix of like adding prefix, adding suffix, combining two different words into one, jadi lebih pendek, atau di flip kayak Wallace yang lu bilang, atau enggak pakai slang dari daerah, and then so many different things, pakai akronim kayak pakai all the stuff, and then like you said with klepak, it's I don't know the Indo word for it, but I always think of the English, which is like an onomatopoeia, which is, I guess it's like it's a slang for a word, but it's like taken from like I guess the sound effect of it in a way. Klepak kan kayak I don't know, like like you kind of like I just imagine like anime, like an anime character moving, like her hands are like moving I don't know, like getting flustered, and I guess that movement makes like a klepak sound. I don't know, but like it's like Kremés, like our podcast name. Kremés is like it means crispy or crunchy, but it's kind of like a sound effect that you make when you bite into like fried chicken. It's like a crunch, but it's like kremés kind of thing, which is really cool. And like
Kremés itunya yang ayam goreng tuh yang garing-garingnya yang udah kalau makan nasi Padang tuh yang di pinggirnya.
Yeah, exactly, right. And it's like honestly karena gue sekarang lagi lapar sekali, tapi kayak like literally last night I was dreaming about mie tek, and it's called mie tek because tek so is essentially another sound effect word that is derived from when the abang hits his spatula on the wok when he makes the meat. So it's like tek. So it's known throughout the neighborhood as mie tek because it's basically stir fried noodles on a wok. So it's called tek because of that sound effect. So it's really cool. It just makes me remember like a meme on subtle Indonesian traits when there was a picture of a horse galloping on a field, but the sound effect is ketoprak. You just imagine like the horse going ketoprak. Which is just so funny. Not related to anything though, but yes, I guess Indonesians love to shorten their words like Australians do, but Indonesians use a whole bunch of different styles. And I think one more really interesting one that you mentioned is what is known in English as a portmanteau, which means they combine segments of two or more words into one. So I guess that's also something that Australians use a lot. For example, brunch is a mix of breakfast and lunch. Motel, hotel. Kalau di Indo pakai, like you said, tell me, curhat, baper, all those different kinds of things. So there's so many out there, and I think even like, I don't know, is Polri one? Cut, sorry. I don't even know.
Polri Polisi Indonesia.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Polri is Polisi RI Republik Indonesia.
Okay,
Polri.
look, see, I get so confused with all of that, but one that I know for sure is even things like Jabodetabek, which is basically a big blend of the different would you call them suburbs? They're not suburbs, are they? Provinces? Are they?
It's not suburbs.
Cities. Okay, they're the different cities that make up. Okay, I'm another mind blank. A make up Java or something like that.
So that's make Jakarta, Bogor, Jabodetabek. Jakarta, Bogor, Depok, Tangerang, Bekasi.
Yes, but I know that they recently also added like Jabodetabek Punjur, which is Jakarta, Bogor, Depok, Tangerang, Bekasi, Puncak, Cianjur, which is basically a huge mashup of the most populated metropolitan areas in Indonesia, which is really interesting. Like, it's just like a local kind of like, mashup word, which I find really fascinating about the Indonesian language. Anyway, that was that. But, we definitely unpacked Indo slang quite a bit. Let's move on to Australian slang, shall we? Or else we're never gonna finish talking right now. Australians have definitely, historically also borrowed many words and incorporated them into their own variety of English. And I guess, Australian English, even, in itself may be a bit hard to understand from, for other English speakers. But now I know a lot of other English speakers around the world are borrowing from the Australian vocabulary. So like, case in point, the word selfie, which actually came from Australia, became like Oxford Dictionary's word of the year in 2013. Fun fact.
No, but exactly like what you said. We're here not just talking about the differences of Indonesian and Australian, but also we talk about similarities, right? Because Indo versus Aussie, right? And it's true, like Aussie is not only just incorporating words together, but they're also adding suffixes together. Like the selfie is basically adding the suffix ie, right? To the language gitu. But I think like that's what a lot of like Australian slang came from. We just kind of add things at the back, like barbecue become Barbie, present become Prezi, sunglasses become sunnies, like they just always had thing at the back. But like but also like even like some thing that we never think about, like mosquito, we're still gonna say posy, like or either it's just like those little things, like adding the suffixes at the back to just make things like, I don't know, blanket, blankie.
Yeah.
Like, I would actually say blankie. I left my blankie in the car. Like, I would actually say that. And it's just quite funny, like, to think about it now that, like, I didn't realize that before.
Yeah. I think it's like, to your point of adding suffixes with the E, I think just general English speakers, they usually add the IE or the E sound at the end when, just to make things sound smaller or cuter, so like doggy for dog, that kind of thing. But I think in Australian style, it's not so much to make it more small or petite or cute. It's just a way to make it a lot more informal. But at the same time, that kind of like sort of rule has also been used and adopted by non-Australian English speakers as well, because like you said mozzie for mosquito. I've heard a couple of people in the US say mozzie as well. Like even like the word budgie, which is like short for, I'm not gonna even pronounce the full name, but that breed of bird, which you know is a budgie, is not actually a budgie. It has a full formal name for it, but now because you know we Australians have been so used to calling it budgie, I'm pretty sure a lot of people around the world also call it budgie, which is pretty interesting. I guess that's, you know, besides just that E suffix, we also use the O suffix a lot. So Australian English, AMBO, ambulance officer, servo, like you said earlier, gas service station, the bottle-o is a bottle shop. You know, and I think a lot of this has also made its way to global English. So demo, demonstration, muso, musician.
Yeah.
I say prego for pregnant, but I guess it's like, you know, it depends. Some people say it, some people kind of don't. Relo, in a relationship, or even like relatives. I say relos for relatives. University, that's a pretty common one. I think it's kind of like these suffix-based slang is, and the way we blend these two kind of words together for shortening are similarities between Indo and Aussie slang. Another somewhat similarity is, I guess, the way orang Indo pakai akronim gitu ya. Jadi kayak kalau yang lo bilang ABG atau TOP, BGT, we kind of like, you know how like kalau orang Indo you spell out, I don't know, like you accent or you spell out those letters. Australians kind of do that too. So for example, very famous band AC/DC, a lot of people would say it like that. We pronounce it akadaka. And I guess it's kind of like a flourished way of saying the acronym. Like, I don't know, it's like in a way it's similar, in a way it's not.
Gak ada faedahnya sih. Ya gak sih? Kayak gak ada faedahnya, like it's still the same. Kayak kosakatanya tetap sama A, C, D, C. Tapi we just make it akadaka. Like, it's still 4-letter.
So I guess it's like, you know, that's a really interesting sort of similar, you know, same but different kind of thing as well. Like, you know, and then we say like a U-turn. When you're driving on the road and you take a U-turn, we call it a UE, which is like very acronym based as well. So I think that's also a similar thing. But perhaps the most well-known slang abbreviation in the Australian English language is g'day. As I'm currently in the States, wherever, like, or whenever I speak to people and then they can detect that, like, I'm British or Australian, and then when I say I'm Australian, they automatically go, oh, g'day, kind of thing.
Yeah, I really feel that, or like, you know, the typical good day, mate. But then I think like some of them like just like how Indonesian derive from like other culture as well. Well, I guess like us, it's not really a culture difference, but like the mate is from like English, like British, right? Like they call it friend, mate there as well. Like, or colleague, you know, they call it a mate, and in here we call it mate, you know. But I guess like another way is just like if you watch Harry Potter, we'll probably just say like, you know, Ron Weasley will always say bloody hell. But like we said that too now. We're just like, oh, that's a bloody good book. But it's like what we come from British, like, you know, we kind of incorporate it as well into like our own things. And I believe like mate, bloody, and like the good A, you know, like is probably the words that usually like is used elsewhere, but we will directly think of it as like Australian.
But in fact, like it's interesting because like you said, bloody, like for us Australians is pretty like casually used, but I guess in some English speaking cultures it can be associated as a swear word. And there's a whole lot of other examples of other words that are far more, you know, intense that we Australians would commonly use day to day, but non-Australians might find offensive, which we will not include here. But you know, it's true that Australian slang and words may have different meanings in other speaking countries. So like, case in point, a pretty, you know, cleaner version, the word thong. In Australian, we associate the word thong with like what Americans would call flip-flops, Whereas if you go to the UK, a thong means something completely different, and we'll let you Google that and understand what that means. But let's see. Apalagi ya, in terms of slang, like, how about slang that's kind of like been influenced by pop culture? Like, I don't know Indo slang very well. Like, you kind of mentioned a little bit to me. I guess there's a couple of Indonesian slang or phrases that terinfluence dari kayak lagu atau film atau artis selebriti gitu ya. Tapi I guess for us, like for Australians, one of the most well known ones is crikey, which I know crikey is probably like it's a pretty old, like it's an old slang word, but I think it just got popularized and it got this global fame and its association to being truly Australian because of the great Steve Irwin, who was kind of like a really big cultural icon in Australia, and he kind of blew up to be a global icon as well. But how about Indo, Do you know of any?
So like the one thing that I can think of right now, I had something in mind but I completely missed it, but like I remember like it was a big thing with Syahrini. It was like about the maju mundur cantik, like she made a video, like that was like one of the Indonesian singer that made that. And then like or maybe like back then when Cinta Laura was big, like they make things like udah hujan becek gak ada ojek, like we will say that all the time because it's just so funny. But like it's not really a slang, but it's just like we kind of just say it whenever it's raining, we're just like udah hujan becek gak ada ojek gitu lah, kayak it's kind of like a phrase that we will say afterwards. But then also like I think now like maybe like the one thing that was more popular is probably on like Korean culture, like K-drama and stuff like that. Like I think you can see everyone almost a lot of people in Indo, like now when they take pictures and stuff like that, they do the finger heart, the Korean finger heart. That becomes like or like I think now even like you can see a lot of like Indonesian will call like their older friend like oppa kind of thing. Oh ini oppa ganteng nih gitu. Aduh kelihatannya kayak oppa kayak Lee Min Ho gitu kan. Tapi kayak oppa itself is like from Korean language, right? But then like we use it in our slang, like tadi gue ketemu cowok lo ganteng banget gila kayak oppa gitu lah, kayak padahal kan oppa sendiri means grandpa in Indo gitu, tapi kan like we know for sure what they're trying to mean. So I think like those things are probably like what we say on pop culture in Indonesia.
I think also like just to add like with what you said with the Korean culture, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not very familiar with Korean language or culture either, but there's a word called is it dugun, which I guess translates to like the heart beating in Korean. Is that correct,
I'm not too sure. I never actually heard that, so maybe it is.
I think that's what it means, because I hear a lot of that, but in a way it's
tapi in Indo pasti ngomongnya dak dikduk sih.
True, like that. Or also like cenak cenut, I think. Because that literally links me to, it just reminds me of, inget nggak kalian pada kayak zaman tahun 2000 berapa ya, 2010-an gitu, boy band bernama Smash that was like super like ngehits at the time, and like literally like the source of all fangirls, like fangirls in Indonesia. They were a pretty big boy band for just like a hot minute, but they created like some sensationally popular songs, and they were also part of a sinetron yang bernama Cinta Cenak Cenut. So I think I got to understand the slang cenak cenut from that pop culture reference, I think.
Fair enough. I think there are some stuff that I actually do want to also say though, like buat yang lagi dengerin ya, I think gue sih, this is maybe like I don't know, this is maybe my own personal opinion, but also I want to be informative, right? I would say please don't say shrimp in a Barbie. Yeah, true. It was like, I think it was like popularized, dibuat populer dari salah satu film Amerika atau dari lagu Amerika atau whatever yang bilang kalau Australia tuh bakal ngomong put a shrimp in the Barbie. But no one said that. We don't even say shrimp. We say prawn.
Yeah.
Like, prawn in the Barbie makes sense, but we don't even say shrimp. Terus kayak, like, it's just like, you know, like, for me, I always, like, so, like, please don't say it, you know, I don't want it, like, don't embarrass yourself, I guess, because we don't even say that, you know. Tapi juga at the same time, gue ngerasa itu sih, like, I think a little bit, like, you have a sense of belonging gitu loh. You ngerasa, maybe because we live here for so long and we also been in Indo for so long, like, there are certain words that you feel like you have certain connection to. And I know it sounds so stupid, but, like, I actually had this feeling, kayak rada kesel dikit gitu, kayak paling males gitu kalau denger kayak orang di Indo yang sok-sok ngomong slangnya Aussie gitu loh. Itu kayak terus kadang tuh nggak tepat gitu. Tapi itu yang gue kayak jadi malah males. Tapi mungkin maybe like not just Aussie ya, misalnya kayak orang pakai le, lo, tapi salah juga sama gitu loh. Kayak instead of don't do that lah, terus dia ngomong don't do that le. I guess it still makes sense, but it's like why are you trying so hard to be Singlish or trying so hard to be Aussie-less, but when you're not?
I think the moral of the story is like
I don't know, like
just be yourself, right? But I guess in a way it is.
Yeah, because I think like you're in Indo. Yeah, I don't know. I think just in my head is like you're in Indo. Just say MacD. Like you're in Indo. Like you don't have to be like, oh, just get Macca's. I'm like, bruh, no one in Indo say Macca's. But like you just don't have to do that. But then also like I just like I just kind of like paling males kalau kayak gitu. But that's why I think like there are certain level for it. And I think like we should be proud of our own slang as Indonesian, but also like we should know where to stop so you don't look like a fool, I guess. But yeah,
that's a good point. I think it's like,
well, I really think that
I think it's like really interesting how, you know, there's so much difference and similarities too in Indonesian and Australian slang. I think, you know, it's great if you're really interested in it, go ahead and Google it and look into it, but you don't have to force yourself to learn all the slang under the sun for each respective culture, right? You know, just be yourself, be proud of who you are. You know, I think for me and for A, we do have our feet on both sides of these realms, so you know, we understand the slang, we use the slang, but we kind of don't overuse it, you know, and we kind of just, you know, we use a moderate amount, but we don't go full on like, oh, true blue, mate, or, you know, that kind of thing. Like, we don't have to fake it till we make it in that sense. I think, you know, we are Australian by passport, we're Indonesian by birth, but, you know, we are proud to be on both sides. There are definitely times when we might feel a bit of like a identity crisis because we don't know exactly which side we kind of fully, you know, are in. But I think that's what makes us, you know, that's what makes us beautiful and unique, is because we are in this third culture where we can kind of blend into both, but also kind of have our own way into it, if that makes sense.
I think it should just come naturally, because slang is the word slang itself is just a word that you use on daily basis. Because I think I can say pisan, I can say gelis, I can say gele, but in all honesty, like I would probably not gonna use the sabi, or like I would not use the kui, because it's just I just not used to it. And like even in here, I would never say I'm going to surfo. Like, I know what it means, but I also not using it, and not like I'm already living here, but yet I'm still not using it, kind of thing, you know. Like I think like at the end of the day, you just be yourself, like what they say, and just what comes naturally. It's probably the best, and it probably will make you. It will make sense as well for people that listen to you, you know. But yeah, I think this has been a pretty interesting discussion, hey? We hope that this topic has not only been a fun way to explore the slang in both Indonesia and Australia, but can also be helpful for, like I said, if any of you viewers that wanna move to Australia, wanna go to Australia for study or anything like that, that you can understand the slang and maybe not make the same mistake that I do about asking if we have a meeting at Macca's, you know, but also vice versa. Buat yang orang Australia yang pengen, the Australians that want to go to Bali, you know, and want to like get a little bit of Indonesian slang and be able to say lo and gua and stuff like that, you know. Yeah, like hopefully this has been really interesting, and hope you guys have enjoyed listening to our little stories and learning a little bit more.
Benar sekali, or betul banget, eh? I really enjoyed unpacking this with you. There's definitely a lot more stuff about the scope of slang that we didn't have time to discuss, but you know, feel free to Google it for yourselves and learn at your own pace, guys. Let us know what you guys think. What slangs do you use most in Aussie English and in Bahasa Indonesia? Which ones do you find the weirdest? Let us know. And remember, you know, you don't have to force yourself to fit into a mold or fit yourself into a box. You know, be yourself. Do whatever's comfortable. Learn a little bit of slang here and there just for the fun of it, but you know, use it, you know, to your own pace. And as always, I'm T, and with my good mate A. Thanks for listening, and catch you later.
See you later, alligator. Thank you for listening.
Jangan lupa like, comment, and subscribe, and share it with your friends.
I'd love to hear from you. Please reach out with your comments, stories, and even questions on what we should talk about. See you in the next episode.
Bye. Dah.